You're listening to What She Grows Through, a podcast dedicated to empower and uplift Black women to grow their self worth. I'm your host, Chanel Amir, one of many dope Black women, creating a community for us to pour into and align with one another, uncovering our true feelings from sexuality to self love, to begin growing through life and evolving into our best authentic selves. Let's get started. What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Chanel Amir, back again with the latest episode of the What She Grows Through podcast, where we dive all the way into the journey of growth, healing, and becoming our best selves. I just want to first celebrate my long-awaited return. I missed it so much. I miss the encouragement from you and this dope community that we have. It's been a minute, I know. And this year has literally flown by. A lot has been going on in my world, and I'm excited to finally sit down, reconnect with you, and share everything that's been unfolding. So first off, let's talk about this Jesus year of mine, 33. There's something about reaching this age that had me reflecting more intentionally this year, especially on creating synergy between all the hats that I wear as a mommy of two, entrepreneur, creative, and everything else. This year was about stepping into alignment with purpose. And I want to bring you along this journey as we continue to grow through this life thing together. So let's catch up. Now, let me fill you in on where I've been. First off, shout out to all the moms out there who know what it's like trying to balance being present with your kids while chasing your dreams. It's real. My little people have been keeping me on my toes. With Bryce starting second grade and heavy into soccer, he kind of wants to do Cub Scouts too. And my little raw girl, the three-nager, is doing her thing in ballet. And that makes me one busy mama. But they are also my biggest motivation to keep pushing forward. I've had moments where I felt like I was falling short. And then I remember that I'm showing up. I'm trying. They're happy and they're thriving, and that's enough. It's a constant reminder that being a present mom is just as important as everything else that's on my plate. I've been going so hard on my business, Chanel Amir Films, and it's been a ride. I've been working on so many projects, really embracing storytelling through my lens, and I had the most amazing opportunity to be a part of the Andy Warhol documentary filmmaking fellowship cohort. A 20-week intensive program back in April, and let me tell you, it stretched me in ways I didn't even know were possible. The things I've learned, the connections that I've made, and the growth that I've experienced, I'm still processing them, but it has truly been life-changing. On top of that, I completed the Bank of America and eCornell certification in women's entrepreneurship. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Learning how to apply these principles not just to my business, but also to my life as a whole and how I want to show up in this world. Like, oh my goodness, it was no joke, but the experience has truly shaped how I view my storytelling. I've been applying so many of the lessons that I've learned there to my business, and you'll definitely be seeing more of that soon. But honestly, trying to balance it all at once is tough. Throw in a few school closings and my little girl getting the flu just before spring. But I've been blessed to have an amazing support system that I created. Other like minded Black women, mommies, entrepreneurs, older women that I can look up to. Like that has been helping me keep this all together. So I'm really intentional about creating this synergy between all these parts of me, making sure that I'm still taking care of me in the process as well. So let's pause for a reflection. How are you doing in this moment? Have you been feeling that Jesus year energy? Or maybe just reflecting on your own journey lately? It's so important to pause and really acknowledge how far we've come. Life doesn't always give us the space to sit and appreciate all that we're juggling. But let's take this moment to do just that. Now that we've been caught up, let's dive into today's topic, which is all about the fear of success. Whew. This one hits me hard, especially as I've been moving through so much growth. We've all had these big dreams and goals that we want to bring to life, but sometimes, even when we're close, there's something inside that holds us back. It's not always the fear of failure, sometimes it's the fear of success. Now, let me be real with you for a minute. Success is beautiful, yes, but it also comes with responsibility, change, and the fear that it'll make you into someone that you're not ready to be. But here's the thing, success is a state of mind, beautiful. It's not something external that happens to you, it's something that you create from within. So, first, let's dive into embracing change. We often hear people say that change is the only constant, but when you're right in the thick of it, that idea feels more real than ever. When success starts showing up in your life, life doesn't just stay the same. Everything shifts. Your routines, your responsibilities, your relationships, and sometimes that can feel so overwhelming. Trust me, I'm growing through this right now. And I had to learn how to sit with this discomfort of change because that's where the real growth happens. For me, this past year has been a whirlwind of changes. Some I welcomed, others they took me a little more time to lean into. I mean, I closed a big chapter of my career when I sold my commercial cleaning business after 5 years. That was big. It was a huge part of my life for 5 years straight. Discipline, you know? It provided stability, a sense of accomplishment, and helped me grow as an entrepreneur. But after a while, it became clear that I had outgrown it. The stress of payroll and taxes, vetting employees to make sure they're doing what they need to do, handling contracts, like it all became too much, especially with everything else that I had going on. So I feel like it got me as far as it could go, and I realized that it was time to shift my energy and fully pour into Chanel Amir Films, which is truly where my passion lies. That cleaning business opened up financial freedom, but with that freedom to transition into Chanel Amir Films came with new responsibilities. There were moments where I doubted if I could really handle all this change. Could I juggle the demands of a creative business while being a present mother? Could I truly lean into this next phase of life without feeling like I was drowning? But what I realized though is that all of this is that change is often exactly what we need to push us into the next level of our lives. And that's not just in my work life, change has been all around me. I've had to pivot quickly in business, adjust to having another child, or even navigate changes in my relationships, both romantic and platonic. Girl, it's a lot. But these shifts, no matter how overwhelming that they feel in that moment, are what allows us to grow. Change has stretched me, it challenged me, and sometimes even frustrated me. But I can already see how it's molding me into the woman that I'm supposed to become. So, I want you to take a minute to think about the changes happening in your life right now. Are you resisting any of them? Are there shifts that you're pushing back on because they feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar? I get it. Change can be scary. But here's something to consider. Those changes that you're fighting might be the very thing that you need to level up and grow. What would happen if you stopped resisting and instead leaned into it? How might embracing those changes be exactly what you need to get to your next chapter? Because honestly, when I stopped fighting the changes in my life and started really embracing them, that's when things started to open up. Selling my business was a huge shift, but it gave me that space that I needed to focus fully on my storytelling business. Now, I'm working on projects that truly align with who I am and the impact that I want to make. That freedom wouldn't have come without me embracing the change, even though it felt scary at first. So, beautiful, don't be afraid of change. Don't shy away from it just because it feels uncomfortable. Instead, trust that it's moving you towards something greater. You got the strength to handle it, and I promise on the other side of that discomfort is the growth that you've been waiting for. So let's pause for a reflection. Take a moment to sit with this. What changes in your life are you resisting? How might embracing them lead you towards the growth that you're seeking? And when you allow yourself to step into the unknown, that's where the magic happens. Growth, it doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing past it, even when it feels a little shaky. So here's to embracing the change and trusting that it's all part of the journey. All right, so let's talk about something that's been a game changer for me. Getting clear on my goals. I'm telling y'all, when you don't know what you want, it's so easy to feel overwhelmed, unsure, and honestly scared of success. We've all been there, wanting more for ourselves, but not quite sure what that more even looks like. It's like trying to walk through fog, hoping that you're going in the right direction, but not having a clear path to follow. But when you take that time to really define your goals, when you sit down and get honest with yourself about what you want, that clarity, it gives you focus. It gives you purpose. It gives you that push to stop dreaming and actually start doing. And I'm growing through this lesson every day, sis. Like during my time in the Andy Warhol documentary fellowship, I had to get crystal clear on the direction of Chanel and Mir Films. I had to ask myself, what do I want to say with my work? How do I want to tell these stories? What impact do I want to make? And that clarity, it changed everything for me. It helped me to make the bold decision to close the chapter of my commercial cleaning business, a business that, been building and nurturing for 5 years. But that wasn't an easy decision, my baby. Letting go of something that was comfortable and secure, but I knew that in order to grow and fully step into my purpose, I needed to make space for that next chapter. In getting clear on my goals, it helped me leap all the way into Chanel and Mir Films, into this creative storytelling space that I'm so passionate about. And it led me to take that leap into the Andy Warhol Fellowship. into the Bank of America Women's Entrepreneurship Program. And it's guiding me every single day as I work on projects that align with my vision and my purpose. From networking to collaborating on creative projects to just trusting myself to take these next steps. I'm making it happen, and that's all because I got clear on what I wanted. But I'm not just talking about professional goals here. I said to myself, I wanted to be her now, the woman that I dream of becoming. I want to create. I want to help capture and share the stories of other like minded Black women and women led organizations. I want to tell my story. I want to connect, engage, and grow with other like minded moms, entrepreneurs, friends, family, and love. I'm doing all of this while also nurturing my little ones and taking care of myself, or at least trying. It's a lot, but having that clarity on what I truly want makes it all feel purposeful and manageable. So here's my advice, sis. Take some time to write down your goals, not just those surface level stuff, but really dig deep. What do you want? What lights your soul up? What do you want your life to look like? And once you get clear on that, make sure that your goals align with your values, because when your goals are connected to your true values, they hold so much more weight. They'll motivate you to push through those hard days, to keep going, keep growing, even when you feel like giving up. Remember, when you're clear on what you want, it becomes so much easier to go after it. The path might not always be smooth, but at least you know where you're headed. So get clear, get focused, and start taking those steps toward the life that you truly want. Take a few moments and think about the goals that you have for yourself. Are they aligned with who you truly are and what you truly value? If you feel disconnected from your goals, it might be time to sit down and reevaluate them. Get clear on what you want and make sure your actions are guiding you in that direction. For me, it was making the decision to let go of something comfortable to fully pursue my passion. For you, it might be something completely different, but whatever it is, make sure that it aligns with your vision for your life. You deserve to live in that alignment. So pause for reflection. Think about your goals right now. What are you working towards? Are they goals that you feel connected to, or are you just going through the motions? Take a moment to reflect on what you really want for your life and write those things down. And remember, it's okay if your goals shift as you grow. That's all part of the journey. All right, sis. Now let's talk about something that we cannot afford to overlook: the importance of surrounding yourself with positive energy. This past year has been a testament to how much we need people around us who truly see us, who support our dreams, and who remind us of our potential, especially in those moments when we forget. Look, it's easy to doubt yourself, to question whether you're really capable of achieving all that you set out to do. But let me tell you, when you've got a circle of like-minded people who lift you up, that fear, that self-doubt, it starts to fade. And let me get personal for a minute. I'm so blessed to have a village of strong, powerful Black women around me. Women who have lived, who have seen things and experienced life in ways that I'm still learning from. They empower me to keep showing up as my best self, even when I don't always feel like it. And I can't tell you how many times that I've been in situations where my vision it gets foggy. You know, those moments when self-doubt creeps in, or when life feels heavy and you're unsure if you're on the right path. Is those women who speak life into me and remind me who I am and where I'm headed. And it's beautiful. These older black women in my life, they've been such an inspiration to me. And it's like they see me more clearly than I sometimes see myself. And they're not afraid to call out the greatness in me. They remind me that every obstacle is just another stepping stone. And it's not just them. Having supportive friends too. Women who grow through their own lives but still make time to check in on me. That's a blessing. We don't always talk every day, but we see each other and we make space for each other when it matters. And then there's the networking, of course. One of the perks of being in the field that I'm in, I've had the opportunity to meet some amazing people. People who share my passion for storytelling, for capturing moments, for making an impact. That energy is contagious and it keeps me going. It's been such a game changer for me, I'm telling you. Like connecting with people who are on the same journey and who push me to keep growing. Now, I want you to think about who's in your circle, who's pouring into you, who's lifting you up, even when you can't see your own potential. And on the other side, who's draining your energy? It's okay to reevaluate your relationship, sis, and to set boundaries where needed. Protect your peace. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not tear you down. Let's get real for a second. Are there people in your life who constantly leave you feeling drained? It's okay to acknowledge that and create space where you need to. Because remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So surround yourself with people who fill you up, who sees your greatness and encourages it. Take a moment and think about who those people are in your life. Maybe it's time to spend more time with them and a little less time with those who don't. You see, it's all about energy. The people that you surround yourself with either help you grow or hold you back. And we're too committed to this journey of self-growth to be held back by negativity, right? So, if you're feeling drained or constantly doubting yourself, I challenge you to take a look at your circle. Evaluate who's in it. And if they're not pouring into you, it's okay to take a little step back. You gotta protect your energy, especially on this journey towards wholeness and success. It's not selfish, it's necessary. The same way that we talk about boundaries in our personal lives, we gotta get those boundaries in our relationships too. Let's normalize creating space for those who lift us up, and let's normalize being that person for others as well. Because we're in this together, and I want to see you thriving in spaces where your light is nurtured and encouraged. Think about the people who lift you up. How do they inspire you to be your best self? What's one thing that you can do this week to nurture those relationships and express your gratitude for the positive energy that they bring into your life? Now, beautiful. This right here is something that I'm growing through in real time, celebrating the small wins. Let's be honest, we've all been guilty of pushing ourselves to achieve something big. And then as soon as we do, we're already on to the next thing. No celebration, no recognition of how far we come, just more grind. And I've done it so many times, but here's the thing. Success isn't this huge destination that we arrive at one day. It's not about this big grand moment. Success is built on all those little steps that we take every day. It's the journey, the process, the small wins that make us who we are. I'm speaking to you, but I'm really speaking to myself right now because I've been working on this in my own life. This year alone has been full of milestones, and I'm realizing that I haven't always stopped to fully appreciate them. I've had some major big moments this year, like completing the Andy Warhol Fellowship. Like, y'all, that is big for me. And through that fellowship, I created a commercial for NBC Universal, which was something I couldn't even have dreamed up a year ago. And I can't forget that I've landed my first 5-figure project, something that I've been working toward for so long. Then there's the entrepreneurship certification that I completed. Every one of these things is a massive win. But can I be real with you? Even with all of that, I find myself quickly shifting focus. I hit a goal and move straight on to the next without fully acknowledging what I just accomplished. That's something that I'm actively working on, being present in those moments and giving myself the credit that I deserve. Celebrating the small wins because every win is a building block to something bigger. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned in this process is that if we don't stop to appreciate what we've achieved, we'll never feel fulfilled. We'll always be chasing the next thing, thinking that it's going to bring us happiness or success. But the truth is, happiness comes from acknowledging what we've done right now. Success isn't this far off thing. It's here. It's in these small moments, the steps that we take every day. Success isn't just about checking off boxes or hitting milestones. Success is how we feel along the way. If we're constantly sprinting to the next goal, we miss the beauty of the journey. We miss those small moments of growth that are just as important as the big wins. Take a moment right now and think about something that you accomplished recently. It doesn't have to be this big achievement. Maybe you took the day off for yourself to rest when you really needed it. Maybe you made it through a tough week with the kids, the job, this whole balancing act that life throws at us. Or maybe you just completed a project that you've been working on for a while. Whatever it is, celebrate that. You deserve to pause, reflect, and acknowledge how far you've come. Don't let those moments pass by unnoticed. It's so easy to fall into this trap of thinking that success is always something that's coming, something we're chasing. But sis, success is here. It's in those moments when we choose to keep going, even when things get tough. It's in those moments when we take care of ourselves, when we choose to invest in our growth, when we show up for our kids, our dreams, our businesses. Every little step is part of that journey. Now, y'all, I read heavily over these parts, and I feel like books just give me so many gems. And this one book that has been one of my favorites, I probably recommended to you before, 101 Essays That'll Change the Way You Think by Brianna Weiss. And she talks about how we as humans tend to disqualify our accomplishments as soon as we achieve them. Like, we achieve something that we thought was impossible, and then we immediately minimize it. We move on thinking, okay, what's next? But we never stop to truly sit in that moment and feel what we've just done. And I know I'm not the only one who does this. So I've been working on that, allowing myself to sit in the wins, big or small, and it's not easy. When you're constantly grinding, you feel like you don't have time to stop and reflect. But you have to, beautiful. You have to give yourself permission to enjoy the fruit of your labor. Otherwise, what's the point? You're going to keep moving, keep hustling, and never feel fulfilled. Is that what you want? Take this as your permission to celebrate yourself. You've come so far and you've done things you once thought were impossible. It's time to own that. Success isn't about reaching a final destination, it's about how you feel along the way. Are you taking time to celebrate your progress? Are you acknowledging the growth that you made, or are you constantly chasing the next thing? Let's break that cycle together. So, I really want us to just pause and reflect on how far we've come. This journey of growth, of entrepreneurship, of motherhood, of life is full of small wins that deserve our attention and celebration. So don't overlook that step. Don't overlook the steps that you've taken just because you focused on what's next. Give yourself that space to celebrate now, and you'll find more fulfillment in the journey ahead. Look back at the last year or even the last few months. What's one thing that you've accomplished that you haven't celebrated yet? Take some time tonight to sit with that win and truly appreciate how far you've come. It doesn't matter how small it seems. Acknowledge it and honor the work that you've done to get there. And finally, we're going to dive all the way into something that's foundational for me: practicing gratitude. Gratitude has this incredible ability to shift your mindset. On those hard days when fear or self doubt creeps in, gratitude has been my anchor. It's what brings me back to my center, reminding me of how far I've come and how much I already have. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it takes you out of that scarcity mindset and into a place of abundance. Now, I know you've heard those words floating around. For me, it's always the small, everyday things that make the biggest impact. Those moments with my kids, the way they smile, the way they remind me of what's important. My baseline always comes back to them because they are such a reflection of me. I see myself in them, how I'm learning through them, how they teach me to be present and aware of the world around me. I'm learning what it means to really be there for them as a guide, a supporter, and a protector. And you know what's wild? This practice of gratitude takes me back to my own childhood, to my mom. She was growing through her own life, her own battles, but yet she still managed to instill in us, me and my sister, the importance of family and connection. And I'm so grateful for that because those values, that sense of grounding, is what I'm passing on to my own children now. I want to give them the best version of me, the version that listens, that learns, that's open to growth. And when I think about the kind of mother that I want to be, is someone who can show them what's possible. That shifts my whole perspective. It keeps me grounded in gratitude for the opportunity to even be a mother, to even have this blessing to be a creator and someone who's constantly growing. Is that same gratitude that I bring into my business, into Chanel Amir Films, and into what she grows through. Like, I'm deeply grateful for the freedom that I have, the creative autonomy that entrepreneurship gives me. It frees me financially, yes, but it also frees me mentally and emotionally. It gives me that the space to pursue my passion, to tell stories, and to connect with people in real, meaningful ways. Like, that's a blessing in itself. Gratitude keeps me aligned with my core values. Values that not only guide my businesses, but also guide me in life. Those values are freedom, connection, mindfulness, self development, and authenticity. That goes for everything. These values are at the heart of everything that I do, whether I'm behind the camera, capturing someone's story, or here on this podcast, sharing my own. They keep me focused and in alignment with my passion. What are you grateful for today, beautiful? It doesn't have to be something big. It could be a simple moment that brought you joy, something that made you smile. Take a second to really feel that gratitude, because it's those little things that keep us grounded, especially in the midst of everything that we're growing through. For me, it's my kids, my work, the ability to create, to connect, to learn. It's knowing that even when things get hard, I'm surrounded by love and support. What is it for you? Maybe it is a friend who's checked in on you, a project that's moving forward, or maybe the fact that you've made it through today. Gratitude is powerful. It shifts our perspective and brings us back to what really matters. And as I sit here reflecting on everything I shared with you today, I just want to take a moment to thank you for being here, for listening, and for growing alongside me. This entrepreneurship journey is not for the weak, but the beauty is in the growth, in learning how to show up as your full self, and in the realization that success is within reach when we embrace who we are. Let's remember that the magic happens when we step into the spotlight, fear and awe, and show up as the powerful, capable, and brilliant, dope women that we are. And I'm learning this day by day, and I hope that this journey that I'm on inspires you to continue growing through your own. We don't have to have it all figured out, but as long as we're moving with intention and purpose, we're on the right path. So sis, I hope this episode resonated with you. The fear of success is real, but it's something that we can overcome. It takes intentionality, reflection, and a whole lot of love, both for ourselves and the process. And as we move forward, finishing out 2024, my Jesus year, and maybe your year of transformation too, I want us to remember that we are capable of greatness. We just have to believe it, embrace it, and just keep showing up. So thank you for joining me today. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. And if you found this episode helpful, share it with another woman who might need this message. Let's keep lifting each other up as we grow through this thing called life. So I look forward to talking with you again. Until then, keep thriving, keep dreaming, and keep believing in yourself, because we got this, sis. Let's get it.